On this video, we'll be showing you how to use your MyFocus app on your smartphone. Now, this is the main screen, and you can see your net sales and labor cost. If you tilt your phone sideways, you can see your labor percentage also. Anything that's in blue letters, you can click on it and get more information. For instance, if you click on store number 1, you can drill down into more detailed information on your restaurant. You have your net sales on the very top, and you can also click on it and drill down to your report groups, your sales by report groups. You can click on beer and drill down to by your sales by item, so you can see your units and the amount. Tilt your phone sideways, and you'll be able to see your percentage in sales also. Click go back and go back to your main screen. You can check your labor cost, labor percentage, voids, discounts, and you can drill down to the actual checks. If you click on voids, you can see all the items that have been voided and drill down to the actual check. Let's click on crispy tacos and see that on check 144, the reason that it was voided, the item that was voided, the time, the employee that had that check, the manager that approved that void, and of course the amount. Back and go back. You can see it also on your discounts and drill down to the actual check and get all the information. Go back and go back. You can see your refunds, returned items, gift cards, payouts, and your first person that clocked in. Click on it, and you can see that Isidro clocked in at 8:32 a.m. Averages by check, guest, and time. You can see all your open checks. Click on open checks, and you can see the checks, the employee that had that check open. Click on the employee, and you can see the actual check. Reopen checks, missing beverages on the checks, sales by period. Let's go ahead and click on lunch, and we can see our sales by intervals of 1 hour. We can see how many guests we had, our sales. If you tilt your phone sideways, you can see how many checks you had between that hour. Go back. Items out of stock, our countdowns, variable price. So if they hit that open food button, we can check on our app and see that and go down to the actual check where they put an open food item on the check. We can check the people that we have on the clock. For instance, we have 1 bartender, we have 5 busboys, 2 cooks. Let's go ahead and see who's in the kitchen, the cooks. And we have Jose that clocked in at 4:26 and Tomas that clocked in at 4:36. We have the people that we have under overtime warning. So we have 2 managers, 1 cook. We'll check on the cook. And Isidro, he has worked 33 hours. On the very bottom, we have our system alerts, which gives us our current date, our business date, the last batch, the amount that was batched, the time that it was batched, and if they did any cash deposits, they can input into the system and it will show up here. We also, on the very bottom, we have our manager's log, where we can just go ahead and log any kind of information, where we can click on the add button and select the date, put today's date, medium priority, what kind of weather. Let's say it was a hot day, and we can have great sales of beer, very hot day. And we can add that note. Now, the managers can go ahead and do it through their system, the POS, or we could just go ahead and add it through the phone, and it's a way of communicating through the app what's going on in the restaurant. We also have our check viewer, where we can see all the checks that are being rung up throughout the day, and we can drill down to the check. Let's click on check 26, and we have what was rung up on check 26. If we want to see more details, what time it was rung up, the items that were rung up, and the method of payment, we can see that also. We can click on go back, and we can hit our home and go back to our home screen. On the top, we have a couple of arrows where we can go to yesterday's date and see how the day closed. We have that information on how the day closed. We can go back and forth from one store to another, from one restaurant to another. Hit OK. So we went back. If we've had several sites, we can go ahead and check that. Go back to our home screen, and we have all of our locations, our totals, and our averages. So this is just a quick tour on how to use MyFocus app on your smartphone.